Building Community in the Online Classroom. Hello, I'm Rolene Friend, and I am going to talk a little bit about building community in the online classroom because for one reason it has been one of my favorite topics as we've studied online teaching and talked about different tools and resources that are available to us and some of the challenges that happen when we lose that face-to-face contact with students. We'll look at some of the basic characteristics of community in any setting. What does it mean to build community? And then recognizing that there's some unique things about online community and there are tools and resources available to us as we identify those unique characteristics of online community. So is it even possible? Can you build community with an online class without the use of body language and the ability to hand a paper across the aisle to another student so they can work together on a project? Is it even possible to do that? Well, we begin by identifying similarities. What are the similarities between a face-to-face community and some of the strategies we use to build community in our classroom? And what are some of the differences? Which ones are going to work and which ones aren't? Which ones are transferable? Which ones aren't? And if we're going to transfer those favorite pedagogies of ours for teaching students in a face-to-face class to an online setting, what needs to change? Well, let's go back for a minute and look at some of the indicators that community even exists so that then we can look at some ways to create that same sense of community in an online learning environment. Whether you're looking at a community that's a group of neighbors, maybe it's a family unit, maybe it's a work team, maybe it's a committee that you sit on, maybe it's a department or a group of other teachers that you interact with. Members have a shared purpose and when the community is present. How can we as instructors help our students recognize that shared purpose that they have with those other students out there? It might be as simple as beginning really on day one with our introductory remarks. Maybe we're putting a video in an email and sending it out to students before class even starts that reminds them of that shared purpose, whether it's completing the class, getting a passing grade, gaining knowledge about the topic that's part of the content. But we want to be sure that we're always focusing on the shared purpose because that's what holds communities together. Members of a community feel welcome and acknowledged. What can we do to help our students feel welcome and acknowledged? What does that mean? And that might be possibly teaching to their learning styles. Maybe we help students understand their learning styles by giving them a chance to do some assessments early on in the class and know whether they're auditory or visual or kinesthetic learners. And then we make sure that we're integrating all of those learning styles into our teaching style. What can we do to welcome and acknowledge our students as individuals with a shared purpose? In a community, members are involved and they participate. So just because we're online doesn't mean we cannot now interact with each other, but it may be different. We need to find exercises and activities and resources that help students get involved, feel like they're part of that class and part of the accomplishing the purpose of the class. Members work together on specific projects in a community, so we want to find ways for students to interact and to complete projects together, again strengthening their sense of community. And then one that we don't always talk about is celebrating the accomplishments. Certainly in face-to-face classes we sometimes have celebrations at the end of the quarter, at the end of the semester, where we celebrate the completion of the class. What can we do in an online class that helps people feel like they've had that same sense of celebration and that they've shared accomplishment that they've worked on together? Community is clearly about connecting. And our role as instructors is to think of ways that we can help our students connect with us and with each other. Because once we've built that sense of community and moved together toward a shared purpose and worked together in that process, we've not only connected, we've built community, but we've also created a class that is working together. There are tons of resources for building an online community. Blackboard, I should have said probably a CMS or LMS, whatever you're using, can be used to build community, whether it's blogging or posting or having a group discussion. Individual blogs are another way to build community in an online community. I put VoiceThread in here because I was really intrigued with it. You explore it because you'll find out that it has the topic of the day, whatever that is, central, and around it will appear the photos and the comments of the students, and it really makes the topic central theme, and again kind of demonstrates community. Google Plus and Facebook are a couple of typical tools out there that can be used to bring students together in different ways. PedagogyFirst.com and the mccpot.org websites have resources as well. Thank you. Thank you for being part of the POT community. Thank you for contributing, because as I learn and you learn and we learn together, and we become better as online instructors. So thank you for being here.